Life is forever manifesting something that you can't quite predict or put your finger on, and its nature is constantly changing. How we adapt to that change, the decisions we make and lessons we learn, build up the collective experience that we call life. To me, the essence of life is the experience of music, which is indistinguishable to the ebb and flow nature in which we exist. All of these contrasts gather to form this escapade that we call life.
Living in the moment, I guess. Living life to its fullest and trying your hardest and just experiencing life for what it is. I look at life in a sort of pessimistic view sometimes, since we live in such a vast universe. What would be the point in our small lives on this small planet?
The thought of death doesn't really scare me. If anything, it motivates me. The idea of eating your last meal or exchanging your last greeting is powerful enough to keep me wanting to do my best. The way I see it, death is inevitable, so you may as well embrace it with open arms and live every single day that you can.
Why are we here? Why are we trying to make it to the next day? And the meaning of life is often thought of as a destination or a piece of knowledge that you need to attain. But sometimes I think people look at it in the wrong way. They look at it, the meaning of life as something to aspire to discovering that what is that big question we're all living for. But for me, the meaning of life is not so much as something you need to discover, rather as something you need to create. You create your own meaning, create your own reality. Every person views this world differently. So the meaning behind that, why we here, why we do what we do, it's personal. You need to create a meaning. You need to, it's not something that you come across and go, oh, here it is. Here's the meaning of life. I found it. But rather something you create. Create that meaning. Create something to live for. You're feeling lost. You don't know which way to go. Just create something that you want to be.
I think it's finding satisfaction and happiness, not just temporary happiness and satisfaction, but something that's going to wake you up every day and something that's going to get you through the difficult days. It may be someone you love, it may be your spirituality, it may be, hey, even something materially. I just think the most important thing is finding something that's going to give you everlasting satisfaction and happiness that'll wake you up every day and take you through the bad days, the good days.
Every single human being alive is death. There are no exceptions. It's coming for every single one of us. Some people see it as a sweet release. Some people fear it. Some people see it as a next step onto a higher plane. But for me, death needs to be viewed in the context of life. If death was not a part of our reality, our guaranteed reality, what motivation would we have to wake up the next day? If we didn't know death was coming for us at some point, what motivation would we have to wake up the next day, get shit done, and create a better future?
If there's no beneficial purpose for us being on this earth, then there's no real point of us being here. Because everything sort of serves a purpose when you look at nature. And if you think about it, we're actually almost like parasites, because our very lives on the earth are killing it. Our very existence is killing the earth. And now you might ask, so how do we possibly live our lives knowing that there is absolutely no point to us being here? Well, the way that I, live from a day-to-day basis without, wanting to just kill myself because it's absolutely pointless is just because something is pointless doesn't mean it's meaningless. It doesn't mean it doesn't have meaning. And I think the crux of it is trying to find meaning in your life, trying to make your life meaningful. Now, death is something that always used to make me a little bit uncomfortable. The thought of living a life where you've put in so much effort into every single day to try and achieve this sense of happiness, just to have it all taken away at what could be any random moment from now until your death, it could literally happen at any time. Life is this pointless journey from the first major milestone of our lives to the second major milestone. The first major milestone is obviously birth, and the second one is death. And the reason why I call this journey pointless is because our lives on this earth, on a global scale, in terms of the whole world, is pointless. There is no point to us living on this earth. We serve no beneficial function.